Today I'm going to take you through 2 quick tips on how to improve your golf game straight away. So I've been training golfers for over 10 years now. It's not something that I sought after to do. It more came natural to me, mainly from my approach to training and my muscle and balance testing that I do. I've created the Empower assessment where a client comes into me and I'll assess the body from head to toe, looking at the range of motion, flexibility issues, strength issues, and activation issues on what's out of balance there, and then trying to apply the right stretches or exercises to those people so they can really fix up their imbalances. When a client comes into me, particularly golfers, and I ask them, how can I help improve your golf game? 2 things I usually say. I want to improve my core strength and my flexibility. And we can all understand they're all talking about rotation and those things. So when I've done my assessment on a lot of golfers, and I've found over the years that it takes a lot of time to fix postural issues, working out people's injuries over the years, because usually those golfers are usually their elderly clients. And they've always got a lot of injuries or muscle imbalances to start with. So looking at those things, I usually find the range to those things to improve is around 3 to 6 months. But there's 2 quick things that I've found over the years that you can change these 2 things straight away and improve the golf game almost immediately. So I'm going to run through a couple of things right now. The first thing is I'll always assess the whole body in rotation, but what people don't understand is how much ankle mobility actually plays into golf rotation. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to do 2 quick tests today, or 2 things that are going to help improve your game. I might do one exercise with one side, another exercise for another, so you can actually see how those 2 things are going to improve your game. But have a look at this. So look at my rotation here. If I'm just going to put my thumb up in front of me, you can do this with me now. I want you to stand up and I want you to rotate as far as you can. You can see I can almost get that full 180-degree spin on my rotation. Now watch what happens. If I take my opposite ankle out of the equation, so if I was to roll my foot in, now I'm actually limited ankle mobility on that side, if that makes sense. Watch as I do this again. I'm going to rotate as far as I can. And I'm stuck right there, limited right through the pelvis area, and I've taken the ankle out of the equation. So that's actually going to tell you that I can already see how much ankle mobility is going to play into rotation. So what I'm going to start with is just a normal calf stretch. So I'm going to take my leg back and see if I can feel that calf stretch. So this leg is straight. I'm trying to push that heel down. You want to start off in a position where that heel stays down. So I can feel a pretty intense calf stretch there as I'm pushing into the wall. Now what I want you to do, if I put this leg forward, that's an intense calf stretch. But here's how we hit the 3-dimensional parts of that ankle on that calf. If I reach out to the side 45 degrees, puts a slight little change in the ankle mobility in that calf stretch. And then out to the side, because again, if I can feel that stretch with this foot out to the side, slightly internal rotation and still a calf stretch. And then the other one is 45 degrees on the other side, still feeling that calf stretch, reach forward and feel that calf stretch. So what that's doing is you can see how my ankle is actually moving in different planes as I take my foot out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach forward, stretch, reach out to 45, stretch, reach out to the side, still drive the hips into the wall and stretch that ankle. And then the other one at 45 degrees the other side, same thing, reaching to the wall. Now do one more of those, stretch forward and hold for a couple of seconds. Come out of it, stretch out 45 degrees, lean into the wall, stretch that calf. And then out to the side, plant that foot and just lean into it. This is a tough one to get, just think about locking out that leg and lean into that wall. And then the last one, 45 degrees and sink into that calf stretch, because each one I can actually feel that I was limited in this range of motion and this range of motion. But once I take that 45 forward, I can get a lot further. So that tells you that my internal rotation on my left side is tighter on my calf. Just going to hold that for another 3, 2, 1. Before I move on to one more ankle mobility one, which is just the standard one, I want to see how much my thoracic rotation is actually improved just by doing that left ankle. So I'm going to put my thumb up here and see how much I rotate. And you can see that. So if you remember from my first test that I did that, I really only got about that 180 degrees. It got stuck about there in my rotation. Now, if you can see, I get a lot further. That's by loosening up that one. Just another quick one, which is quite simple. This one's just the traditional ankle mobility one, which you see a lot of people do. So I'm going to find a distance away from the wall, whereas I try and get this calf stretch. I'm going to try and lead this heel down and trying to get my knee to touch the wall. But I want to find something challenging where that heel's almost coming up, or I feel a little bit of tightness in the ankle or the calf. So if I take that back a little bit further, I can still hit the wall, maybe back a little bit further. I can only just reach that wall, and I might just come out of it and go back and forth. This is the easiest one to do. There's some kneeling versions of this exercise, but particularly for golfers who like to stay off their knees and their ankles, the standing version is probably the easiest. So I'm just going to go about 10 of these. Again, just moving back and forth, feeling that stretch, holding for like a second. It doesn't matter about the back leg can come off. It's all about that front leg staying down. Now, because you can feel I'm hitting the wall a lot easier now, so I can definitely feel my ankle mobility is improving. Let's do one more. Okay, let's do another test on that rotation. Okay, so let's see how we go this time. Rotation, and again even further. So I just improved my golf swing by another 5-10 degrees. So obviously you want to do the other ankle as well, but I'm going to save my left side for my upper body exercise that I want to teach you. I'm going to really show you something now that's just going to wake up the central nervous system, and it's going to slightly improve thoracic rotation, but you watch the dramatic improvement that I get in that thumb test. Okay, so watch as I do this first one. So I'm facing you right now. You can do this with me as you like if you're going to follow me through. Thumb is out front. I'm looking at almost like I'm holding a gun, and my eyesight is where that thumb is. I'm going to see how far I get. So rotate and let my eyes stay on my thumb. That's as far as I can rotate. Now for me, I can see that I'm passing through, I'm pointing at that tall bar in the rack right there. So this is two things I want you to do. You can follow me along if you want. So the main important thing here is we're going to keep our head dead straight. The eyes stay focused on the thumb now. So as my eyes stay focused on the thumb now, I'm going to take the thumb out, my head stays straight. I'm going to keep looking at my thumb now just till it starts to go out of sight, and then come back and see how my eyes stay fixated on this thumb now. It's actually quite hard for some people to do. They come out here, they lose concentration, they're looking straight ahead with their eyes. I'm going to try and make sure you keep your eyes on your thumb now and rotate. I'm going to do a set of 10, and it's about this pace as well. You want to almost challenge that thumb now till it almost gets out of eyesight every time, because we're trying to improve that central nervous system. That's 4, so keeping the eyes on the thumb. 5 for 10 reps. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the next one I'm going to do, eyes are going to stay fixated on the thumbnail again. This time, as my eyes stay fixated and my hand moves away, my head's going to rotate to the other side. Now this won't go as far before the thumb starts to get out of my sight. So watch as I do this. So I keep my eyes on the thumb now. I rotate my head the other way. Now my thumb gets out of sight about there. So I come back to the middle. We're going to do 10 of these. So head rotates the other way, eyes are stay on the thumb. Come back to the middle. Let's do a set of 10. That's 3. Head goes away. 4. 5, should start to feel a little tingling going through that arm now. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sound pretty simple, right? Let's have a look at my test. So remember, I got to that middle bar. Okay, big improvement. So there's 2 quick tips on how to quickly improve your golf game. Please like or comment if you found this video helpful, and also leave me a comment as well on how you went after you did this before your game. So wake up in the morning, you do it about an hour or so before your game so the nervous system's primed, and leave a comment on how you went in your game.